Well, hey, Armory. It's Dane here with a reminder, an official registration email and video, reminding everybody that this week is the weekend. So excited about it. Every year at the end of summer, we have this event that we call the weekend, and it's essentially it's a mini mission trip. It's like the perfect balance between fun and adventure, and also students learning how to do service and evangelism. And so it's always the best event of the year. And I always strongly encourage our students to participate. And each year we have a theme, a general theme that we stick to. And this year's theme, it's a new one, we're calling it Connected. It's going to be based out of John chapter 15. And it's going to be all about the concept of being connected to Jesus, to the vine, being connected to each other, and then also connecting other people to Jesus, to the source of life. And so we get all of that from John 15. So we'll be basing our time there, and it's just a great time. It's an amazing opportunity and event for students, especially right before they head into school, to learn about this, and especially right now in this day and age where it's so easy to feel disconnected from everything, from each other, and from even just the concept of evangelizing, when we're having a hard time prioritizing who we're going to be with at any given moment. And so I know there's a lot going on. There's so much just kind of craziness in our schedules. You guys are having to, you parents you're dealing with some tough decisions about school and church and work and all these things, about what you're gonna be able to do and what your students are gonna be able to do. My hope is that this event isn't just another added thing that might be one more thing on your plate to have to worry about for your child, but instead to see this as an opportunity for them going into the school season to understand what it means to be connected to the vine, connected to the source of life, to Jesus, and also prioritizing time with each other and how to encourage one another, whether you're at a distance or not, and also evangelism. How can people still hear the gospel message, even if we might not be able to deliver it to them face to face as easily as we once were able to. So some really valuable lessons here in practice, not just even in the teaching aspects of it, but in practice in our teaching, and also in what they're going to be doing, and it's all leading into the school year. So I'm excited about it. I'll just give you a quick rundown of the schedule. It's also going to be in this email, but the schedule tomorrow is actually Wednesday, and that's our normal youth group day. That's going to be our kickoff to it. So we're going to start the talk about connection, being connected to the vine. We'll start in John 15, and that's just going to be the setup for the weekend. And then Thursday, so we'll be meeting in person, North Campus, as we have been for the first go of the weekend. Then Thursday, the day after, is going to be all about connecting to the vine. And we're going to have a short, less than an hour meeting in the morning at 9 o'clock, where your students are just going to be encouraged once again, to spend a lot of time on Thursday in prayer and fasting. And also the big challenge for the day is reading an entire gospel in the day. And that might seem like a lot. It really isn't. You can get through the gospels in about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on which one you choose. And I asked the question in youth group the other day, how many students, like which students have read through a gospel? They've read through Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John. And it was like less than 25% of our students have actually read through a gospel all the way through. And that's got to change. We're changing that now. I want our students to know the Jesus of the Bible exactly as he describes himself. And so that's going to be the big challenge. They're going to connect to Jesus through his scriptures, through time and prayer, and that's going to be Thursday. So Friday and Saturday, this schedule is going to be the same sort of setup. They'll have all morning to themselves, and then at 1 o'clock we're going to have a Zoom meeting where they'll get their first lesson for the day and learn about the challenge for that day, and then they'll have the afternoon to complete that challenge, and then we'll reconnect after dinner time at about 6 o'clock. We'll reconnect, kind of do a recap of what did you do, what did you learn, and then we'll give them another little challenge to do, and then we'll play our game at the end of the night. So Friday, it's going to be all about connecting with each other. So the challenge that day is going to be they're going to have to make a phone call or FaceTime, send out a bunch of texts, whatever it is that they can do to encourage other believers, whether that be in their family or their friends. We're gonna kind of set them up to just blast encouragement out to and praying for one another, and to as many Christians, fellow believers, as they can. And then in the evening, they'll be writing a letter, and that letter will be a letter of encouragement that they're going to need your help proofing and approving. Yeah, that's a solid letter for you to send out to someone, and then also helping them actually send that out. And we're going to send some letters to some of the widows at Crossroads, some of the women who could use some encouragement, especially in this time. So that'll be Friday. And then the Saturday challenge, Saturday is going to be all about connecting other people to the vine, and that concept of evangelism, of reaching out and sharing the good news. And so the phone calls, the text messages, the things they're going to do in the early afternoon, those are going to be focused on reaching unbelievers. Well, again, that's someone maybe in your family, or maybe that's a friend that you know at school or sports or whatever. That's going to be the goal in the early afternoon. We're going to set them up to be able to do that. And then in the evening, they'll be writing another letter, this time to someone who's unsaved, sharing the gospel message and their own faith, in particular, what it is that they believe about God, about this Jesus that they've just read an entire gospel about. And so that'll be Saturday. And then Sunday it will officially end. We're going to be here at Crossroads. You'll take your students in with the sanctuary as normal, and then after third service, we'll be sending out our text message as normal. That will have discussion questions about that morning sermon, but also some discussion questions around the weekend and what they learned there. So that will be it. That's what we're looking at doing. Again, I know that it's a lot, and I know that right now, at the cusp of school starting for many of them, this is a crazy time. And I just want to encourage you. God is good. He's going to give you the strength and the encouragement and the wisdom to lead your family well in this time. I fully believe that. And I hope that he can use this event just as an encouragement to you, to know your students are going to be encouraged going into the school season to be connected to Jesus more than anything else. And also, finding connection with each other and learning how to reach out and evangelize and share their faith with others. So that's what we're going to be up to this weekend. Hope you guys can join us. You can register through this email or at our link tree. And if you haven't signed up for our emails yet, you can do that through, if you find this some other way on Instagram or whatever, you can do that through the church's main website. At the very bottom, there's a link to join our email blasts. But also, if you haven't signed up for our text messaging, in this email at the bottom, there's also instructions about how to sign up for those text messages. So you'll be getting all of these updates. Make sure you register so that you'll get the proper emails each day, and make sure that you get that signed up on that text message if you want to start getting those text message reminders, as well as the Sunday study questions with your students. So that's it. Love you guys. Looking forward to this weekend, and we'll see you soon.